Hey y'all, this is Vanessa Love, and this is my channel about the mental health field and related topics. Okay, so I wanted to do a story time because I think it's time for that, and I want to tell you about some things. So I had a friend. Sorry, these tea leaves, they're all over my hand. I had a friend, and it was a guy, and he was in an abusive relationship. This is a very complicated story, and it's really sad because he is in a system that definitely failed him. So I don't mind using names. This is my friend Jamie. He, he and I hung out around, let's say, 2015, and his life was a mess, just a complete mess. And then 2016, I didn't talk to him in a while. It was just like, okay, whatever. Um, just thought that things had kind of gone whatever way. And I think I had text messaged him to see how he was doing. And I got a text back, and then like randomly, it was like, hey, could we hang out? And I was like, yeah, of course, like, whatever. Um, or he said something like, I want to come over. And I was like, and like cook or something together. And I was like, yeah, like I don't have much food right now, but like, you know, whatever. And he's like, yeah, could you pick me up? Okay. And then I got a weird call, and I was like, I don't know. Okay, whatever. Like, all right, sure, And I go and pick him up, and he tells me he's a veteran. His girlfriend at the time is a veteran. I don't remember her name. Fuck all for all I care. Um, and she's an alcoholic, and he's telling me all sorts of stuff like he can't look at other women while they're like at the grocery store. Like he can't look up while he's at the grocery store because she will just start an argument with him. She has his childhood photos. She has his birth certificate. She has his social security number. She yeah, like she drinks all the time. He only sleeps when she's sleeping. He's worried that she's gonna kill him. Um, and the police have been called over many times. Basically, she texted me. She was the one texting me. She's the one that called me. Um, and that's how this kind of got started. So it was like, okay, so you probably need clothes. You probably need stuff, and he came and stayed for a weekend. So like he reconnected with his cousins. He like had a phone number. He did all of this stuff. He was about to have a job. Um, like I wasn't like helping with that part. I was just like, yeah, we're gonna go visit a friend. He just like struck up a conversation with someone and was like, yeah, I can do this work, and was about to start a job. Yeah, like like we had gone. I don't even remember if I paid for anything. I don't remember. It's been a long time. But like, yeah, like he was really sad. He was crying all the time. He went into one of the jobs that like he called or something, like one of the jobs that he had applied for, and they were like, yeah, we called you, we didn't hear anything back from you. And he was like, well, that's weird because like I had my cell phone, like my cell phone was on, I think. She had a cell phone. After after the weekend they reconnected, and she came by while I was like out with my friends, and he just was like, I'm broken, I need to go back with her. And she's coming by right now to come pick me up. In that time, like my friends and I, we all had like banded together and just kind of been like, what the actual fuck. So like I told my friends, like we all showed up at my apartment, waited next to him to show like he has people here, you know. And this woman, she was fucked anyway. She was fucked anyway. But, like, she saw me, right? She saw me. He was trying to keep me away from him. He was like, don't stand next to me. Don't do anything. Don't, and he was just, like, pushing me away and all this stuff. Got into the car with her, and she acted like she won a fucking prize. She was, like, all over him. And I was like, okay, so you don't want him to look at other women at the grocery store, but, like, he spent however many nights with me in my apartment without you there. You don't know me. And you're fine with that? You want him back? That's fucked up. I did call the police. I did let them know because I knew that they had been there multiple times. They were just like, he's a full-grown adult. They felt that he, in this situation, had given her his information, let her keep his shit, and they were not going to do anything to protect him at all. I was worried that this woman was going to kill him. He told me he was worried that she was going to kill him, and the police did nothing. And she was actively making his life miserable. Now, 2 weeks later, she calls me, and she's like, you need to pick him up. You need to pick Jamie up. And I was like, no. I remember what weekend that was. That was the weekend that was right before 9/11. Like 2016, whatever. And my friends and I were heading to New York. I lived in New London at the time. We were heading to New York to go and see the lights, the memorial lights. We did. It was great. It was wonderful. Very moving. I did like it. It was a wonderful trip. Oh, and I got my artwork back from one of my friends who was giving me shit. We're not friends anymore. Different friend. And like, my artwork was like stored at his place for a little bit, and then he was like, come get your stuff, because his girlfriend didn't like me there. It's a whole pattern with me. I will go into that next. So like, yeah, she did not care that he was at my place for a weekend, which I don't know how that's a thing. And yeah, and then she texted me and was like, come pick him up. Nope, your problem now, bitch. Like, he chose you. The police aren't gonna do shit. Like, no, you keep him. And I think he had texted me and was like, hey, like, who do I contact? I'm like, here's the number for my friend who you met. Here's the number for my friend that you met, and like, you can call your cousin back. Like, I'm sure people will want to get in touch with you. And I didn't hear from him for a couple of years, and then he randomly, like, basically showed up on whichever timeline. I don't know. I'm like, Facebook, Instagram, one of those. And I was like, dude, how did you survive all of that? And he was like, just instincts. I mean, I did it. And I'm just like, wow. Like, he fucked his life over. Like, I think that they had, like, used some money that was, like, meant for veterans to, like, help either with rent or to, like, buy a place. Like, I think he had, like, basically given up his portion to this woman who was also a veteran. It's so fucked up. And, like, it's one of those things where I'm like, this is the reality of men who are in this. Like, the police really, honestly, when you are in an abusive relationship, think that you have control over that. They are not stepping in worth a shit unless you go to one of the shelters and hopefully they work with you, But other than that, like, not really, no. They're just kind of like, oh, someone stole all of your identity, stuff for your identity. Oh, they, like, you feel that they could actually kill you at some point because they, get so violent when they're drunk. It's your choice. You stay. That's the system we're still living in. And just by the way, the first man who tried to make a men's only shelter ended up killing himself because of all of the backlash against him for trying to help men. The system is not set up to help men succeed. That's it. A man like that was about to pass away because he's been told basically his whole life he's disposable. He chose that woman over his mom, his cousins, other people who could have easily taken him in. Because that was more important to him. Because the love and death part was more important to him, was probably put into his head at many points in his life, including his service, to the point where he thought that was okay. Like, he thought that being with her was good. Knowing all of the things that he knew, all of the things he said, and how he cried. He cried a lot during that weekend. I can tell you, he cried a lot during that weekend. And I guess I did buy him clothes or something. Like, I know that something happened, and I was left with men's clothing. I had to give it to one of my friends. It was here, I know you don't make much, I don't know what to do. I'm not returning this shit. Here, you take it. And he was like, yeah, that's good. Yeah, I'll take it. But there was nothing that those cops were going to do for my friend, and they had visited that house often, and if there was going to be anything, he was going to catch charges, because she was so fucking nuts, and she was screeching and screaming and all of this other stuff. So, to the other things, I'm cursed. It's a hilarious curse to me, because I just don't get it. But people will be like, hey, yeah, I can't talk to you anymore because my girlfriend doesn't want me to. Which, I mean, for some people, that's totally a lie. Their girlfriend doesn't know about me. She'd probably be fine with me. I don't feel like I'm a threat. I'm not trying to take your man. You have a relationship together? Great. You go be. This is before I got married, but even being married, it doesn't matter. People will still pull the shit on me, and I'll just be like, okay. Because people get close to me. I don't know, I just feel like women project onto me all of their insecurities. So if they don't feel good about themselves in any particular way, they think that I have all of those attributes that they don't. It's very much projection of them. I don't think that way of myself. And also my clients, their partners have definitely, their wives or their girlfriends have definitely been jealous of me because I have a different sort of relationship with their partners. And I'm like, well, yeah, there's gonna be shit that I know that you don't, because I don't have skin in this game. I could just, be like, oh yeah, no, you shouldn't be texting your ex. Oh, yeah, your parents' divorce probably does affect how you feel about your girlfriend. Stuff that you can't, talk to your partners about. That's, because how would you even begin? And some partners don't care, they don't listen, they don't, so, they're just not that type of way. So, and I know one of my clients, he didn't want his girlfriend to get a BBL, and, she did anyway, and he was mad, and so, that's, a conversation we had, but, and then she was mad at me, and I was like, but I'm not doing anything, and he would even tell me, we're having arguments about you, which I'm like, I don't, why? And he would be like, and I've told her repeatedly, you would never be the type of therapist who would, do anything. And I'm like, absolutely not. What is it? I don't, what? I don't, people, it's so weird. That is so weird. I just, how, why? I really don't get it. And it's so uncomfortable because it's like, well, yeah, but like, you're like, this guy's like sister is gonna have a different relationship with him. His cousins are gonna have a different relationship with him. His coworkers are gonna have a different relationship with him. His exes have a different relationship with him. Like, there's no one who has the same relationship. Like, you shouldn't have the same relationship with people. But like, I don't know. Again, I get all like the shit like put on me, and I'm just like, I didn't do anything like other than be a friend. I I had a friend, and I went over to his house after his cat died because he was so distraught, and I was like, this is the time to go and be next to my friend and make sure. And like, somehow I got him to laugh. I don't remember how I got him to laugh, but we were laughing. And um he was like, could you help me with my cat? And I was like, yeah. And then we went outside, and he was like, I just need to find a bigger rock to put on top of the box. And so he was like, you just kind of supervised. And I was like, yeah, that's what I did. So his girlfriend at the time took that situation and was like, Vanessa was with you when your cat died. That's not true. Cat died in her arms. So like, don't know where that came from. And then there was all of this shit about how she was like jealous of me, and I was like, I didn't do anything. Like, I came over as a friend, to make sure that my friend was okay. And like, now you're making our friendship weird. Like, and this was like a couple of months ago. This wasn't even like, oh, I was single or anything. Like this is what I mean. Like, people just like start getting weird about shit, and I'm just like, so I just have these like weird curses with like my guy friends that and clients who they're just like, yeah, no, she's perfect. I'm like, I nope, not perfect, dude. I'm not perfect. I don't know where any of that came from, but like, y'all, I'm not. And like, they just nope, like they projected onto me, except for this woman who Jamie was dating, and like, who like was like perfectly fine with him spending the weekend with me. And then I'm like, dude, I would expect that there was a huge like falling out from that, but like, no, I don't know, she felt she fucking won him or something, and was like all over him in that cab ride, like, because she didn't drive or whatever, which good for her. She can't kill people with her drinking. I mean, she can kill herself, and she can possibly kill Jamie at the time, but Jamie's not there. He's, not doing that stuff. So, like, she can't get into a car that fucking plastered and do something stupid in the backwoods of Connecticut. So, like, yeah, it was, like, weird. And when I say that, like, men aren't set up to succeed, like, had he had more social supports, had he had people who could come in and be like, no, bitch, stop. Like, had the police been strong enough to not press charges on him, but to realize that she's the fucking weirdo shit person, like, they could have been like, no, miss, you're drunk. You are threatening him with a knife. You're coming with us. But nope. They didn't do that. I don't know why they don't have a backbone for that, but they did not have a backbone for that. They were just basically like, Jamie, get out. Like, if she's telling you to get out, this is her place, even though whatever bullshit, like, so you need to go. Like, they could have done more. And also, the one place in New London that is for domestic abuse gives men 2 nights in a hotel. I understand that it takes at least 2 months for someone to get back on their feet, especially when they don't have an income. I mean, had he or even like my clients, like, who have been in this situation, had income, like, they would not be in the situation that they were in. So, like, 2 days in a hotel away from their partner is just a vacation. That's not actually bringing someone to a place where they are safe, out of the situation, and can get back on their feet, And some people won't go to, like, the homeless shelter because, like, it's a lot of rules or whatever. So, like, even staying in some of those places, you don't have a guarantee either, So again, this is like the failure of the system to make sure that men are safe. Him as a veteran. And again, the police stance when I called them was just like, he chose to do that. That's all on him. Fucked up. Anyway, I hope that was helpful for you. I will talk with you soon.